Do you ever feel that it's just all too much? Do you feel you're stuck in overwhelm? Or is your overwhelm maybe even making you think about quitting on your dream, on what it is that you've set out to learn and do and achieve? Then please stay tuned, because I'm going to give to you today my 5 steps and some bonus actually on simple steps on how to overcome overwhelm for good. I'm happy and excited you're here. Hello and welcome. In case you haven't met before, my name is Katrin from bloomwithkatrin.com. I hope you're not shy. Whether you're on live with me here today or later on the replay at some point in the future, drop me down below who you are, where you're tuning in from. I'm coming to you from the beautiful town of Linz over here in Austria today. Back there is where I work, and I get it that overwhelm can be real. I don't know about you, but I have a child, I have one son, I have a job, I have a man, I have a family, I have cats, I have a house to keep to take care of. So I get it, it can be a lot, especially when you add on top building a business in the online space, learning new skills. Let me know whether you can relate. And I'm going live here, giving you these tips here today and more as we move forward. And also in the past, you can go check out the other videos that I've already done for you, so you can take your business into the online space and enjoy your journey while you're building that healthy, sustainable success. Okay, so let's dive on in, because here's something that I found, and let me know your experiences. I think that overwhelm actually is part of becoming and being really an entrepreneur, right? There's always going to be things that are changing, where we need to adapt. There's always things that we're going to have to learn new, and that in itself can be challenging. Now, with everything on top that we already have going on, that will feel like overwhelm again and again and again. So I think it's paramount that we understand it's normal and it's part of the journey, and really not the reason to give up or quit. Okay, I want to be very clear on that. And now, I don't know whether you're familiar with Bob Proctor, but he actually talks about a terror barrier. So let me just elaborate on this here real quick, because that's what happens to all of us when we all hit a terror barrier, especially when we're learning new things, right? So we step out of our comfort zone, we maybe go live for the first time or for the first few times, right? And then life happens and it all seems to be just too much, right? And so we hit what Bob Proctor calls a terror barrier, meaning we just can't go on. We just can't go on. We want to go back to what we feel is comfortable and safe. Okay. Now, I don't know what you do when you're on a task and you get frustrated, or something isn't working, or you're feeling just overwhelmed in general. I find myself doing laundry or the dishes, things that I can control. What's that for you? Drop it down below. I'd be curious to know. So that's normal human behavior, right? So, but is it effective when it comes to moving out of the overwhelm? Not really, right? So, or it's actually going to take us closer to a point of where we're going to say, I just can't do this anymore. I have so many other things going on. I can't get outside of my comfort zone again because I don't have time for it anyhow, or any of those other excuses, right? So here's the thing. Overwhelm actually is something that happens to all of us. It can happen to all of us all the time, even if we're managing our time or our tasks and our priorities, right? And then we let the little things squeeze in. Are you guilty of this? I know I am. I'm going to put both my hands up here, right? Little things come up and they squeeze in, and all of a sudden there's this huge overwhelm, although I had it all so planned out so beautifully. Let me know whether you can relate to that as well, right? And what happens is, so there's not just my priorities on my list now, but there's a ton of other little things that squeezed in, and for all of them I'm going to operate from a sense of urgency, as if they're all need to be done right now. And I want to challenge that thinking for myself, and if that's helpful for you as well, right? Because that's not necessarily true, is it? And one last thing before I actually get into the tips is, I'm absolutely guilty of this, right? I love to please everybody. let me know whether you can relate. Choose a heart, maybe, right? And here's something that I learned from Lisa Nichols. I'm not sure whether you're familiar with this amazing lady. And she actually shared a story, something that her granny taught her. And I don't know about you, but I always love the things that our grannies have told us, right? Because this is old wisdom being moved down the generations. So I always listen up when somebody talks about that. So this is Lisa Nichols' granny talking, okay? And I've got notes today. If you want them, let me know. I'm happy to send them over to you. So here's what she says. If your yes to anything is to have real value, exercise your no. Listen to this again. If your yes to anything is to have real value, you want to exercise your no. Isn't that cute? I mean, cute. This is so powerful, right? Isn't it? I mean, I really resonated with this. And then she went on. No is a full sentence. There's no explanation needed. How powerful and relieving is that? To me, it really meant quite a bit when I heard this. There's actually, coming from a therapist background, right? When we feel ourselves in overwhelm, there's actually a gain in overwhelm. And for me, the gain is I can tell everybody just how very busy I am. Let me know when's the last time you actually not necessarily enjoyed it, but yes, in a way enjoyed it, being able to tell somebody just how very busy you are. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready to have more peace of mind. So let's dive into my 5 steps, okay? They're simple, they're easy to do and easy not to do. I challenge you to do them. Take note of them. Again, if you want my notes, go copy them here. I hope you can see them. And if it's the wrong way around, let me know as well, because I'm happy to send them over to you, okay? So you have them. Step number 1 is ground yourself in the here and now. Might not seem very business-likey, but it's very, very powerful to get out of that junk, out of that funk, out of that funk of the overwhelm, right? So take at least 3, if not 5 or more deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and really feel it. Okay, not being as loud as it normally would be to not chase you away, okay? But while you're doing that, relax your jaw, relax your neck, your shoulders, your arms right to the top of the fingertips, because we hold a lot of tension there, and overwhelm definitely stresses us, doesn't it? So really breathe in, and while you breathe out, let it all go, okay? Open your jaw a little bit, allow that flow of the air to leave your body. Feel that you're being carried, okay? I'm sitting in my car right now, so I'm not falling into an abyss, right? I'm actually carried, and so are you. So whichever your position might be right now, feel maybe your feet on the ground, okay? And say, while you're breathing out, okay, through your mouth, I am in the here and now. Don't take my word for it. Please try it and drop me down below how you feel after doing it. I would be curious to know, because to me that's very helpful, okay? So ground yourself in the here and now. Simple step number 1. Simple step number 2 is finish the one thing that got you into the overwhelm. Finish it. Don't go do the laundry or the dishes, and I'm talking to myself here as well, remember, okay? I'm your sister in the journey, right? Don't go do your laundry, or if you do it, know that you're doing it to avoid growth. You can do your laundry, and I can get it that it might be important for you at that moment to feel you're in control again, you know, since something isn't working or you're getting frustrated and overwhelmed, but know that you're doing it in order to avoid growth, okay? And we don't want that, do we? We want the growth, we want to overcome the overwhelm so we can move forward in our lives, okay? In all aspects. This isn't only true for building a business, but it's very true there, okay? So just finish the one thing you're working on, okay? Finish it. And then once that's done, make a list, and that's step number 3. Make a list of all the things that are overwhelming you, that need to get done, that seem to all be, you know, at the same level of urgency on first sight, right? Or from an emotional standpoint. List them off, get the ideas out of your mind, through your writing on paper so you have it to look at, like I have my notes here, right? And then you can prioritize your list. You can go 1, 2, 3 if that works for you, but you could also do something that, again, I learned from Lisa Nichols the other day, and she's actually talking about high value activity, time and tasks. Okay, so there's a time when you're most effective, when you're most able to get stuff done. That would be your high value activity time. Okay, and there's also low value activity time, like doing the laundry. It's not that it's not important, but it's not going to move your business forward. It's not going to move you forward necessarily in your life, is it? So that's what Lisa calls a low value activity. So just become mindful, okay? Take a look at all the things on your list and prioritize them when it comes to, is this a high value activity task? Is it a mid-value activity task, or is it even a low-value activity task? It might be fun, right? Some people enjoy doing the laundry. I know I feel better when it's done and it's all cleaned up in my kitchen. I like that. But it's, you know, it's not really going to move the needle forward for me in my business. Let me know whether this makes sense. So prioritize in whichever way helps you. I find these degrees of activity, if you wish, high, mid, and low value activity, very, very helpful. So you're prioritizing your list. Next up, you're going to delegate what you can, because, my friend, you don't have to do everything yourself. Okay, when it comes to doing the laundry, when it comes to doing the dishes, have somebody else maybe do it for you. Have them help you do the tasks, right? So you have more time to build your business and do those high value activity tasks that only you can do. Okay, and last but not least, say no to a few things as well. If they're not going to move the needle forward for you right now, maybe this is not the right time to take them onto your list. Okay, and remember, a no is a complete sentence and you don't have to explain yourself. So that's step number 3. Step number 4, now, after doing a lot of work on getting clarity, I want you to take a break. Okay, I suggest you take a break. I don't know about you, but I like to step away from things, not to postpone them, not to say I'm being overwhelmed so I need to step away, but I'm now stepping away because I've done some work and I can now go and step away and, I don't know, watch the sunrise, if I can make it, have a little time outside in the forest, sit a little bit with your partner and have a chat, have a cup of tea with a friend, play that game with your child or your children, you know, whatever it is that's going to help you really take a break, physically get out of the same situation that you were in, writing and prioritizing the list. So you have some time away from it and you can come back with a fresh mind. And I need you to do that, because in step number 5, we're going to do maybe the most important thing of them all. And that is, I don't know about you, but I used to have to-do lists that were longer than my notes for this live, but way longer. And they were always getting longer and longer and longer. And I never had the feeling of ever getting anything done. So what I would suggest you do is come back to your prioritized list where you delegated, you said no to a few things, and you said this is a high value activity, that kind of thing, right? Go back to that list and make like maybe a table for the week. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Friday, you know the days of the week, and choose at maximum 5 activities every day, 5 tasks maximum for every single day, and focus on getting those done and not the entire list. Okay, and not feeling bad at the end of the day because you still, you know, your list is still that long, but actually, okay, I got 2 out of my 5 done. That's good. Next day, maybe, you know, and if you already know that maybe Monday, like myself, it's Monday today as I'm doing this live video, I'm at work. I know I can't get that many things done in my business today. That's okay. So Monday is maybe going to be 1 or 2 tasks for me. It's going live for you, right? That's one non-negotiable for me on these days. So I do them. I schedule them in. And on Tuesdays, which is I can work my business from home. Yes, with teleschooling for my son, but still, right? I'll have more tasks on that day. Does that make sense? So be realistic in what you can achieve every day, and don't make it too hard on yourself, because that's what's going to get you into overwhelm. So I hope this is helpful so far. If you want more tips like this, I actually got a PDF put together for you, 3 strategies to grow your business bigger with less effort and more fun than you have ever done before. If you would like to take a look at that, drop PDF down below and I'll be in touch. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was valuable for you. Drop me your biggest aha and what you're going to implement down below, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next training. All the best from Katrin.